Ugh, what's that smell? Oh wow, it looks like my tape was seen 25 years later. That's crazy. Of course, the epic time travel and contrived internet horror. I built myself a makeshift PC to continue making videos down or up here. It's over there, just taped together from a pizza box and some free TV asset I found on the SFM workshop. What did the comments say in my last tape? Yeah, no, hard pass on the Backrooms games. The Waffle House has claimed its new... Okay, there's like 10 of these. Seriously, what are these comments? What branch of the government are you fed psyoping from? MK Ultra? Anyway, we also have no, I will not spend another second walking, getting lost, playing another Backrooms game. Actually, you know... Honestly, I don't know why you guys wanted me to play this game. I don't think it has anything to do with the Backrooms. The Complex is a spiritual successor to your nightmares. This interpretation is as identical to the Kane Pixel series as one can be. It's got the visuals, the set pieces, and the idea pretty much down to a T. The movement has this stumbling sluggishness to it. It's like you're Remy from Ratatouille controlling Linguini by his hair. Looking around has this delayed, careless sway, like you are controlling a hand trying to point a camera, rather than a head looking around like most FPSs. The Complex doesn't try to be anything more than an interactive video, focusing on capturing the isolation inside those nightmares you had as a 5-year-old. The open and vacant, otherworldly with juxtapositions. This world is a mimic. It's trying to replicate the elements of the pre-existing world regular humans live in, all the while misunderstanding the logic of the actual world's environments, like a no biking side instead of no diving in a swimming pool, or leather couches on the side instead of sunbeds. And yet somehow it captures the PS5 library perfectly. The irony in all of the Backrooms games that I have played is that the ones that constantly throw monsters and loud noises at you are the least scariest. Like, yeah, royalty-free Scream.mp3 is startling, but it fails to make me uncomfortable. The Complex, instead, will use Black Ops tier brainwashing to put fear in you.
Mason, will a picture of loud noise scare you?
Kiss my ass!
A dark room with the light of safety at the end of the hallway seems too good to be true, so the natural reaction is to say,
Tom Hardy gif, that's bait. There is a creature in here.
And this game just doesn't shy away from psychologically toying with you. The use of audio gaslights you into believing a creature is nearby. Anything may be a threat, but when you finally hear something familiar, it becomes a bubble of serenity, bringing you back to sanity.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Oh, I love this one. Though, because of internet culture, I think the Backrooms has mutated into a meme rather than an evolved piece of horror. The Complex is an antidote to that. Its use of lighting and audio is perfectly placed to put fear into the player. The Complex is the most uncomfortable Backrooms game that I have played, and best of all, there are no monsters. You were never in danger. Here, take these. The best way I can describe this game is Five Nights at Funko Pop's meets the Backrooms. You have to survive until 6 AM because that's when the Backrooms closes? I don't know, that's just what the objective says. And the big question mark in the middle of the screen that questions asks, what is it that we're surviving from? Women. Well, of course I am, you dingus, I'm a gamer. Okay, but there are other enemies in this game that have opposing abilities that I assume the game would like for you to micromanage, like how in FNAF you have different animatronics with have different patterns and abilities, which you have to cater to each one. The issue is, though, you cannot see the entities in this game. They are invisible until they are about 3 feet from you, and by the time you see them, you're dead anyway. You get around this by placing motion trackers which beep when they walk over it. And, well, I kind of like this idea. However, a couple things. I don't like how they're sprawled across the map already. I would rather there were a couple in your inventory that you have more accessibility to place them where you like. Also, this would be a better tool for a specific enemy and not the one that insta-kills you. This idea is interesting, but it just needs a little more time in the workshop. Otherwise, if the women won't leave you alone, you always have, bear traps?
Oh! Fuck you!
Again, like I mentioned in the last video, stuff like this is stylistically inconsistent. It uses these stylistically inconsistent models as enemies. Ultimately, the big question is the game fun? No, it's not. Very quickly, it becomes boring to play because it's uneventful. If you are playing the game well, because you just run around in circles waiting for 5 minutes until the level ends. Also, you just walk and there's nothing to build the atmosphere or make things tense so that your wits are kept sharp. In Five Nights at Freddo's 50p, yeah, you just sit there, point and click, but the game throws some of that spooky oregano audio design. Every so often, it will play sounds of ambience, slow footsteps, Freddy laughing, distant music. It keeps things interesting, whilst also deceiving the player's understanding of the game. And when an enemy does appear at your doorstep, it gives you a chance to rectify your mistakes. But God won't. God knows you forgot that extra $5 when you paid your taxes. In this game, you play as Tony Hawk, where you ollie in front of your friend's girl, but oh no, you fuck it up and you crank your ankle 90 degrees into the Backrooms. Now, this game actually has a story, and well, it's pretty dark, so turn the lights on. Ah, that's better. Yeah, you hear that screaming? That's just not any child. It's child.audio jungle. And what's even scary is that this game, it's one giant fetch quest. You find items to recreate that child you once game ended in the 90s. Yep, that's the story. The monster is always listening. He cannot see you or the crimes that you've committed. It's an Alien Isolation or Hello Neighbor Resident Evil type game. Someone following you when you try to do stuff, giving you urgency, I mean annoyancy. Other than the man-made horrors behind human comprehension scaring you, you also have... Woo, baby, woo! I cannot get enough of these. I must have an allergy because these sting. Thank God I can turn these off. It's equivalent to those Gmod horror maps where they flash an image for 2 seconds they found by googling scary spooky image I poo-poo my diaper. Oh, and apparently this game uses my mic? Huh, finally. I can show the demons the funny shit they've been missing out on whilst being stuck inside my computer.
My name is Jeff.
Also, I love it when the game tries to build tensity.
Nuh-uh.
It's definitely earned when it finally does a good jump scare because it's spelling it out for you. It's giving you a heads up. Even if Backrooms 1998 may have cheaper jump scares, it still pulls off subtle horror pretty well. But come on, man. It just sucks when you're doing it so well with moments like these. But you had to go and sour it with... And it's a shame because moments like these are few and far in between, where something unannounced will just be watching you, whether you know it or not. And that is like the creme de la creme of horror games. There's not enough of it. Apeirophobia! Wait, is this Roblox? Yeah, okay, it's not on Steam, but come on. Another issue with the Backrooms games is that they all blend into this drab, indistinctive mess of doing the same thing. So of course, I figured we could switch it up. First off, I just want to say, I hate that Roblox creators can make games so well that sometimes it's better than most of the games that they are based on. Like that one Call of Duty spin-off. It's so fun to play, mainly because the other players are kids and it's really easy to pub stomp 2 nukes 50-0. My point is, to get through narrow squeezes, you have to look sideways and strafe. And it's so cool. I haven't seen a game do this, and I hate how the first game I find it in, it's a Roblox game. Fuck you, God of War and Last of Us, and your press square to begin loading the next area. Right off the bat, there is a jump scare. Love it. Entities will have differing abilities, like this one that gives you cataracts, one that just flashes the word woo on your screen, one that just kills you. Oh wow, so creative. And best of all, ones that T-pose. And together, they are the Powerbuff Boys.
Jesus, that was like 3 in one go.
And don't worry if you died to the Chica Chads, because in this game, you have a limit of 5 continues, and when you run out, you have to start all over again. However, there was one way around this.
What?
Hey guys, pro gamer tip here. Did you know you can skip the previous levels and paying 40 Robux by picking future chapters in the lobby screen? The sound design in this one is pretty cool actually. I like it when they play the streamer troll sound effect. And don't underestimate Roblox games. They can be atmospheric. Notice how I emphasized can, because atmosphere can only take you so far before boredom overshadows visuals. Over time, I found the backroom genre not exactly boring to play, just boring to play alone, which ironically is the complete opposite of the idea of being lost in a liminal space entirely alone. It's just more fun with friends. Hey. Oh my god! Oh my god! After a while of playing a handful of Backrooms games, they all just feel the same and you forget which name belongs to which game. I said this before in a previous video, which you should watch, that it's all walking, it just becomes drab. But when you add friends to the map, oh my god, you guys just piss around and goof off to the point that it makes the experience so much better. I think it would be worth for devs to embrace the silliness of their horror games, especially multiplayer ones. Not to take themselves too seriously because, be honest, when you boot up a Gmod horror map or that one cheap Steam horror game with your friends, you aren't looking for a spine-tingling experience, no. You got a bottle of Budweiser in one hand, or a Mountain Dew if you're 12, with a Discord call of 4 friends going into a game, just to laugh your asses off. Which brings me to the main purpose of every game ever. Is it fun? That's all it needs to be. If the game is poorly made, looks like shit, but is fun, I'm going to like it. And unfortunately, you'll find that these Backrooms games overstay their welcome without much to add. Sure, they may have a strong or decent start, but often they slowly decline into the same mundane task of walking, like I mentioned in my last video too. Not much happens in this genre of video game. Even in this Roblox game, it'll have interesting puzzles or ideas, but at the core of it all, it's just a maze simulator and you are Theseus. Making a game is hard, making it poorly is easy, and making it fun is veteran mode. But sometimes, you just gotta make shit before you make the shit. And that's it. No more Backrooms games. I am done. I know Escape the Backrooms has had an update, and that's real good and all, though there isn't much I can add to that I haven't said already. Anyway, I'm out of things to say. Look at this cool animation. I could do it 360. Look, a green screen quickscope. Look, a railgun. In the Backrooms. Wink, wink. Anyway, get off my page.